Well, we had a little storm last week, had some damage here on the homestead, and got to fix some stuff. So let me show you what's going on. It kind of threw me for a loop, and we'll have to make it right. Well, first of all, the rain was welcome. Over 1.5 inches of rain, and sorely needed. But it knocked down a bunch of limbs, and that's not unusual. I have got a lot of trees. But it knocked down some limbs that were very close to my well, and that was a problem. So these limbs fell down from a huge elm tree that is right over my well, shades my well, and that wouldn't have been a problem. I could just pick them up, cut them up, take them to the burn pile. However, when they fell, one of the limbs fell down on my well switch, that gray switch you see there. And when it did, it broke it off. So I just took that riser and screwed it in, and so far it's not leaking at all, and it's holding pressure. Right now I've got it turned off because I'm fixing to do some work on it. So I replaced the well switch and rewired it and all that, and it still wouldn't work. And so I looked at here. I've got a little breaker panel here. That's off right there. So I turned it on. It wouldn't work. In fact, it was throwing the breaker in the garage, which feeds this panel here. So I traced it down. I dug up, or pulled up the wire up to a point up here, and traced it down to a bad place in the wire, a compromised place in the wire. Came in here, and I had some butt connectors that are for a well down in the hole, in the water, and used those with a shrink on them and shrinked it up. Then I also covered it with tape. That yellow 12-2 is not direct burial. The gray wire coming from the garage there is direct burial. This yellow is not. So I'm going to protect it by putting that PVC pipe over it. I've got several hundred feet of PVC pipe that from a project I had before, an irrigation project. So it's just laying around, not going to cost me anything. I had the 12-2, not going to cost me anything. One of these days I might have to dig it all up and do it right with some direct burial. But for right now, we're going to push it, see if we can push this 12-2, this yellow Romex, into through a length of 3/4 PVC. And if so, then we will we'll bury it, wire it up, and we'll be done with this project. So the well is on, doing its thing. I've got the PVC ran, the wire is inside. I'm going to cover it up. It's not deep at all, but that's okay. I know where it is, and there's nothing else here, and as long as I know where it is, I guess that's all that matters until I sell the place or something, or die. So let me cover this up, and we'll show you the final product. Well, there it is. Crisis averted. I'll take a little better care of kind of smoothing that out. Again, this is just really just a real thick patch of wood chips. I had a bunch of extra ones, and rain coming off that roof of that carport there has a tendency to really wash this. So I piled a thick enough, at least what I hope is a thick enough layer of wood chips to not wash away when it rains. Wood chips do wash. Wood chips float. So keep that in mind if you put wood chips on a hill or something. It needs a little more smoothing, but once again, it's 100 degrees out here, and I'm just not enjoying this as much as I thought it would. So we'll take my tools inside and everything's going. Well's running up to pressure. Chickens are cool. Blackberries getting watered. Everybody's happy. Crisis averted. But I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I don't like working on a well. I don't like working on any kind of electricity and stuff like that, but especially when it's hot and you're sweaty and it's just not fun. I don't know. Nothing out here is fun when it's 100 degrees. The damage that was caused, that nipple on that well that supports the switch broke off. I think I showed you that, but that little dude right there broke off, and it's what the switch sits on, screws into, and the nipple screws into this T right here. It's a nice little T. I need to redo that. That one's 20 years old probably, so I don't know, but it's old. So I need to go ahead and redo that. That'll be a project in maybe October when it cools off a little bit. This has been about a 3-day project, not 3 full days, but I'm just talking about just working at it sporadically as I fixed it. So I need to do something about that hole. I'll put some caulk or something around it. I don't think I have any rubber grommets that will fit that, so I'll do something to make sure that is a little bit more weatherproof, even though I am under this shed on this well, this shed roof. Still try to put some foam or something around that to get it a little bit more weatherproof. But we got water now. For a while there I was having to use house water on my blackberries, and house water, city water, store-bought water on my other stuff, and I don't like buying water. So not for the outside stuff. I don't mind buying it for the inside stuff, but I don't like buying it for my plants and stuff, because I use a lot of water outside. So I feel for you, those that don't have a well and you have to pay for your water. I was feeling for you this week. I certainly was. I was thinking about you this week when I was having to use city water to water all my stuff. All right, that's it. We're gone.